Hey everybody, this is Clay, the old school gamer, and tonight I'm bringing to you my very first ever sniper montage. No. No, just kidding. That's not what I'm bringing you guys. This is actually a team deathmatch, and we're rolling on Hotel, and I've got the L96 in my hand tonight, and this is a gun that I love to use. I just don't use it very often, and I actually have a pretty decent game with this tonight. However, the gameplay itself is not really the reason that I'm bringing you this commentary. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a spoiler alert. We don't actually win this game, and I know what you're saying. It's a little bit premature for me to be spoiling the end whenever the game has literally just started. And I apologize in advance for that, but there is a reason for it, and I would ask that you guys just walk with me through this commentary as I work on relating this gameplay to the commentary that I have picked out tonight. So tonight I'm kind of stepping out on a ledge here, and I'm bringing you guys a very personal commentary. I don't typically bring really personal stuff to the screen here. I have shared with you guys a lot about my family. However, I've showed you guys pictures. I've introduced you to my wife and my two boys. But there's somebody in my life, in my family, that I have not talked to you guys about, and that is my daughter. My daughter was actually born on July 30th, 2010, and we just recently, this past Saturday, celebrated her 1-year birthday. And my wife, whenever she was pregnant with Lily, it wasn't anything out of the ordinary at all. In fact, until the moment she was born, the doctors actually had no indication that anything was wrong with her at all. So she was sent to Children's Hospital, and about 2 weeks into her life, the doctors actually came to us and mentioned a possible diagnosis for what she had. And what they said was Zellweger syndrome. And I know what you guys are saying. I had that same confused look on my face and asked the exact same question whenever they mentioned it to me, and that is, what exactly is Zellweger syndrome? And the best way that I've figured out to explain this is basically, all of our cells throughout the day, they go through and they have jobs that they do, and the harder they work, the more waste that they put out. And this waste is actually tossed out by our body, and we have trash men in our body that come by, they scoop all this waste up, and they take it away and dispose of it. Now, these trash men are called perioxomes. And the waste itself is actually toxins. So these perioxomes, they come by and they pick up all of the toxins that our cells release throughout the time that they are working. And with Zellweger syndrome, there is no trash man. There are no perioxomes to come by and pick up these toxins. And as a result, these toxins, they build up in the children's body until it actually completely shuts down everything in their body. Children who are diagnosed with Zellweger's, they only live a short time. It's about 6 months typically. My daughter, she ended up living 128 days. She passed away on December the 4th of 2010. Before we actually got to take her home, she spent about a month of her life at the Children's Hospital. And about after 2.5 weeks, like I said, they had told us what the possible diagnosis was, but wanted to continue to run tests just to make sure, because the diagnosis was such a hard diagnosis. So once the test came back and they said that yes, this is what she has, my wife and I were set with a decision that we could make. One of two things, really. We had one, we could sit and we could be in fear of actually letting her live her life and grieve her life before she even passed away. Or number two, we could allow her to live and give her the opportunity to live and get her the opportunity to meet and know and experience life in the short time that we had with her. So, I'm a family business. We own a family business. I basically, one of my main jobs is making decisions. I've made a ton of decisions in my life, and some of them are good and some of them are bad. But with every decision, you kind of learn from experience just how to approach the situations whenever they come again. And for the most part, I think I make good decisions. However, this is a decision that no matter what happens in my life, I'll always consider this the best decision that I believe I've ever made. And so basically, my wife and I decided to allow her to live her life, to allow her to not live in fear, and to make sure that she gets to experience life for the time that we had with her. My wife and I, we sat down before we left the hospital. And we made a list of a lot of different things that we thought a little girl should get to experience. And I'm going to sit here and name off a few, but for one, go on a date. And I was fortunate enough to spend many late nights with my daughter. It was my job to feed her. She could not feed herself and had a tube in her stomach, and so I spent every night from 9 p.m. to anywhere between 2 to 6 a.m. with her. Just spent time together. We gamed together. She was my gaming buddy. I played videos of her, just spent time with her, and laid down and rested with her. I mean, that was our time. We took her. She got to ride a pony. She got to go swimming. She got to go to a wedding. My brother actually got married, so she got to go to a wedding. She had birthday parties. We had a birthday party every month. Since her life was expected to be so short, instead of once a year, we had a birthday party for her once every month. And my wife, it was a big deal. We had all of our friends over. My wife would fix awesome birthday cakes, and we would just have a good time. We took her trick-or-treating. We had a professional photographer that came out and take her pictures every month. And in the end, we took a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Disney World. And despite how much money I would ever want to spend to recreate this trip, just the circumstances and the hookups that we got, there is absolutely no way that I could ever recreate this. But more than anything, the thing we did most of all was we actually got to make lasting memories with her. And not just myself, but for her brothers. Her brothers got to know her and got to do things with her that will allow them to remember her as they grow up. So, I could go on and on with stories about Lily and lessons that I've learned from her, and what she has meant not only to our family but the community and everybody's lives that she's touched. But as this game's kind of coming close to an end, I want to stop here and I want to merge these two, the gameplay and the commentary, together. And the truth is that in life, we don't always win. Life isn't always easy, and despite how hard we play the game, sometimes things don't always turn out the way we want, or even the way we plan. And there's going to come a time in everybody's life where you are going to have to make a pivotal decision, and that decision is going to be placed on your shoulders, and the outcome of that could have very positive or very negative results. And the moral of the story isn't necessarily about winning a game of Call of Duty. It's about life. It's about guys making the decisions in life that will have a positive influence on the people that you're around and the people that watch you, whether it's somebody close to you or somebody you've never met. People are curious, and people want to know how people react to situations, especially tragic situations. So making decisions and in ones that help others become better people themselves. And so yeah, I guess that's my story. That's my daughter's story. I appreciate you guys letting me share it with you. Below in the description, I'm leaving a link to my personal YouTube page. This past weekend, like I said, was Lily's birthday, and I spent it editing and compiling videos and photos together and made a video from a song that my brother actually wrote about Lily and her life. This is just another way for letting me share my life and my story with you guys. If you have any questions about Lily, if you have any questions about anything specific, feel free to let me know, guys. One thing about getting old is that through age you really do get experiences, and I may not have the answers to every question that you all may have, but one thing that I can promise you I can do is at least point you in a good direction to go. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you've been more enjoyed the commentary. And thank you for allowing me to share her story with you guys. Until the next time, this is the Old School Gamer. I'm out. Peace.